Let us start the next exercise, which is 9.2. So the first question that I have is an example, which is this. In an AP, if mth term is n and nth term is m, we need to find the pth term. So mth term is n. This means a plus m minus 1 into d is equal to n, where a is the first term and d is the common difference, right? And nth term is m, so I'll write it like this: a plus n minus 1 into d. So this is the nth term and it is equal to m. I am given these two set of information and m is not equal to n. Alright, I need to find the pth term. So what I need to find is the pth term, that is this, which should be equal to a plus p minus 1 into d. Now in this pth term, the only two unknowns are these a and d, right? So I need to find these a and d using the given information and put it in place of a and d. So using these two equations, if I subtract this one from this, what will I have? A will get cancelled. I'll have m minus n into d equals n minus m, right? What I've done is I've subtracted this second equation from the first. So this sign will change, this sign will change, and this sign will change. If you see, a will get cancelled and m minus 1 into d, n minus 1 into d. So if you notice, this will be m minus n into d, and on the right hand side I'll have n minus m. So d effectively will become n minus m by m minus n, that is negative 1. So I've got d here. Now I need a. So what I'll do is I'll put value of d in any of these two equations and find value of a. Okay, so let me put it in the first one. I am putting it here. So a plus m minus 1 into d, that is minus 1, is equal to n. So what will be a? A will be equal to, there is n on the right hand side, and this will be minus m plus 1. So when it goes to the right hand side, it will become plus m minus 1. So this is a. I want you to solve this equation yourself, and a will be equal to n plus m minus 1. So now the only task is to place value of a and value of d in this AP, that is pth term. So let me put value of a and value of d in this to find the answer. Value of a is n plus m minus 1 plus p minus 1 into d is negative 1. So your answer will be n plus m minus 1. This will be minus p plus 1. So 1 will get cancelled, and this is your answer, n plus m minus p. This is the pth term. Okay. If the sum of n terms of an AP is this expression here, where p and q are constants, so I need to find the common difference, that is d, right? If I take d as my common difference. Now see, the sum of n terms is given. This is sum of n terms. So I can find sum up to one term, that is the first term itself. So if I have got these terms a1, a2, a3 and so on, if I say sum of one term, that means the first term itself. So s1 is nothing but a1, and it is equal to, if I place n equal to 1 here, I'll get this s1. So if I put n equal to 1 here, the first term will become p, and the second term will become 0, because 1 minus 1 will become 0 here. So the first term is p plus 0, that is p. And what about s2, that is sum of two terms? When I say s2, that means sum of two terms from the beginning, that means a1 plus a2, right? s1 was a1, and what will be s2 minus s1? It will be a2, right? If you subtract this from this, you will get a2. otherwise you should be comfortable with this formula also, because we discussed it in the introduction, that Sn minus S of n minus 1 is equal to An. Okay, so let us talk about S2. What is S2? I'll need to replace n with 2, so I'll have 2p plus 1 by 2 into 2 into 2 minus 1 into that constant q. So this is 2p, and this 2 will get cancelled. 2 minus 1 is 1, so 2p plus q is S2, right? So what about A2? That is the second term. It will be equal to S2 minus S1. So S2 minus S1, it is equal to 2p plus q minus S1, that is p. So it is equal to p plus q. Now I have got the second term, I have got the first term. Can I find the common difference? Yes, because second term minus first term will be the common difference. So common difference will be equal to A2 minus A1, that is p plus q, right? This is A2 minus p, which is A1, equal to q. This is your answer. The sum of n terms of two arithmetic progressions are in the ratio 3n plus 8 is to 7n plus 15. Find the ratios of their 12th terms. So whenever you have got two arithmetic progressions, you need to assume, let us say the first progression has got first term as a1 and common difference as d1, and the second progression has got first term as a2 and common difference as d2. Okay, so what I need to find is the ratio of their 12th terms. So I need to find a1 plus 12 minus 1 d1 divided by a2 plus 12 minus 1 d2. Either you can say divided by, or you can use that ratio sign. So what I need to essentially find is a1 plus 11 d1 is to a2 plus 11 d2. This is what I need to find out. Okay, and what I am given is the ratios of their nth, the sum of n terms of these two arithmetic progressions. I am given the ratios of their sum of n terms. So if I call the sum of n terms of first progression as Sn, what is it equal to? N by 2 twice of a1 plus n minus 1 into d1, right? And if I call sum of n terms of the second progression as Sn dash and divide it with that, so that will be equal to n by 2 twice of a2 plus n minus 1 into d2, and this ratio is given as 3n plus 8 by 7n plus 15. This ratio is given, right? And I am looking for this ratio. So if you notice, this can be cancelled, and now you need to do a little manipulation here. You need a1 plus 11 d1, a2 plus 11 d2. What you have got here is 2a1 plus certain number of d1, right? So if this certain number becomes 22, I'll be able to take this 2 outside, right? And I'll be left with a1 plus 11 d1 inside this bracket. So what you need here in this bracket is you need 22 to be able to take 2 as common and to generate this term. So this is a manipulation that you need to do. So to have 22 here, n should be equal to 23, right? What I can do is I can place n equal to 23 everywhere on both the sides. So that what that will do is that will give me this ratio on the left hand side. Let me show you how. If I put n equal to 23, I'll have 2a1 23 minus 1 d1 divided by 2a2 plus 23 minus 1 d2. Now you see, if I take 2 as common, I am just manipulating the left hand side first. Then obviously if you have put n equal to 23 on the left hand side, you will have to put it on the right hand side also, right? You will have to replace n with 23 on the right hand side also. So if I take 2 as common, I'll have A1 plus, this is 22, right? So A1 plus 11D1 here, and if I take 2 common from here, I'll have A2 plus 11D2 in the denominator. So 2 will get cancelled anyway. So I just need to place n equal to 23 to get this ratio, right? So this is equal to what? N should be replaced with 23 here and here. So which will give you 3 into 23 plus 8 by 7 into 23 plus 15, and it will be equal to 23 into 3 is 69, 69 plus 8 is 77, and 23 into 7 is 7 3s are 21, 2 7 2 14, 161, 166, 176. So it will be 176 here. This will be the required ratio of their 12th terms, right? 77 by 176. You can simplify it further by cancelling it with 11. So 11 sevens are 77, 11 ones are 11, and then 6, 11 60, 11 into 6 is 66. So 7 by 16 is your final answer. Okay, so this is the next question that we have. The income of a person is rupees 3 lakhs in the first year, and he receives an increase of 10,000 to his income per year for the next 19 years. Find the total amount that he received in 20 years. So first year he received 3 lakhs, right? In the second year, with an increase of 10,000 rupees, he would have earned 3 lakh 10,000, right? And in the next year 3 lakh, then again 10,000 plus, so 3 lakh 20,000. This is how he will receive incomes in year after year. So I need to calculate his total income received in 20 years. What I have got is the income in first year that I am taking as my first term as 3 lakhs, right? And in the consecutive years, the income kept increasing by 10,000. So the common difference that I am taking is D, which is equal to 10,000, right? So if I take A as 3 lakhs and D as 10,000, then I have taken care of the question, taken care of the information that was given in the question, because 3 lakhs was the income in first year, and by rupees 10,000 the income kept on increasing for the next 19 years. Now to find the income that he received in 20 years, the total income, I just need to find sum of first 20 terms of this AP with first term as A and common difference at D. So this is a simple question now. N is 20, so 20 by 2, twice of the first term, that is 3 lakhs here, plus N minus 1 into D. D is 10,000. This is a simple calculation now. So this is 10, this is 6 lakhs, this is 19, right? So 19 multiplied with 10,000 will give you 1,90,000, and this is 6 lakhs. So 7,90,000 into 10. So it will be equal to 7, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more 0 because of this 10. So this is the income that he will receive in 20 years. Okay, so he will receive 79 lakhs in total in next 20 years. Insert 6 numbers between these two numbers, that is 3 and 24, such that the resulting sequence is an AP. So I need to insert 6 AMs, right? 6 arithmetic means between 3 and 24. So how do we do that? We write these numbers 3, 24. I need to insert 6 numbers. So I am inserting A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 and A6. Now the resulting sequence, when I insert 6 AMs, when I insert n number of AMs between any two numbers, the resulting sequence is an AP. So I have inserted these 6 numbers in a way that this resulting sequence becomes an AP. So now in this AP, what is the number of terms? what is the total number of terms? I have inserted 6 AMs. 2 terms were these already, 3 and 24. So I have got total 8 terms now. Okay, and this is my 8th term. This is the 8th term. So how do I write the 8th term of an AP? A8 is equal to A plus 8 minus 1 into D, where A is the first term and D is the common difference. So 8th term is 24 and it is equal to first term 3 plus 7 into D. So this will help me to find D. If I take this 3 on the left hand side, this will give me 21 here. It is equal to 7D. So I can say D is equal to 3. Once you have found D, you can easily find the numbers A1, A2, because I just have to add D in the first term to obtain A1. So 3, then I'll add D to obtain A1. So it is 6. Next 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 and 24. So these are the 6 numbers that I have inserted between 3 and 24, and the resulting sequence you can see is an AP. Okay, so this is how we can do these questions. You don't have to memorize any formula for these. What you can simply do is, you know that number of terms will be the number of AMs inserted plus the 2 terms that were there already, right? And then you know the last term, you know the first term, so you can find common difference by applying this formula for nth term, right? So once you have found D, you just have to add D in the first term to obtain this second one, and then to obtain this one you have to add D here. So you'll, right, I hope you have understood this one. Find the sum of odd integers from 1 to 2001. So you need to find sum of odd integers, that is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 and so on till 2001, right? So if you notice, the first term is 1 and common difference is 2. Okay, and you need to find sum of this series, right? So we need to find number of terms first of all. So what will be the number of terms? This is my nth term, an, it is 2001, right? So using this I'll find n. What is 2001 equal to? A plus n minus 1 into D. So A plus n minus 1 into D. I've got A, I've got D. So 2001 is equal to 1 plus n minus 1 into 2. I can bring this 1 here, so it will become 2000. It is equal to n minus 1 into 2. So this will become 1000 here. And n will be equal to 1001. So this is the total number of terms, 1001. And you could have noticed this number of terms just by looking at this also, right? These are all odd numbers. So if I had written from 1 to 2000, right, 1 to 2000, there will be 1000 even numbers and 1000 odd numbers, but I need till 2001. So obviously one odd number more than 1000, that is 1001. So n I know is 1001, A is 1, D is 2. Can I find sum of odd integers now? Sum of 1001 odd integers will be equal to 1001 by 2, twice of the first term, plus 1001 minus 1001 minus 1 into D, that is 2, and it is equal to 1001 by 2. This is 2, this is 1002. 1000 multiplied with 2 will give you 2000 here, and 1001 into 2002 by 2. So this is again 1001. So 1001 squared, or 1001 into 1001. This will be your answer. And what is it equal to? I am using calculator for my comfort, but you need to calculate it manually in the examination. So it is equal to 1002001, right? This is your answer that you see on the calculator. find the sum of all natural numbers lying between 100 and 1000 which are multiples of 5. So you need to find numbers lying between, that is the first number will be 105. You need multiples of 5, so the number should end with 5 or 0. So 105 is the first number and next number will be 110, next will be 115. So these numbers will be separated by 5 or the common difference will be 5, and the last number that I'll have is 995. Okay, so I need to find some of these numbers and I know the first term is 105, common difference is 5, and number of terms can be obtained. Let us think that this term is nth term. So 995 is equal to first term plus n minus 1 into the common difference which is 5. So if I bring it here, it will be 990 minus 100, that is 890 equals n minus 1 into 5. So n minus 1 will be equal to 139. So 5 sevens are 35, 5 eights are 40. So n will be equal to 179. I know A, I know D, and I have got n equal to 179. Can I find sum of natural numbers now? So S 179 is equal to 179 by 2, twice of first term. So 2 into 105, I am writing it as 210 directly, 2A, right? Plus n minus 1, so 178 into D, 178 into 5. This will be equal to 179 by 2 into, this will be 210 plus 40, so 39, 8, 179 by 2 into 890 plus 10 will become 900, 900 plus 200 will become 1100. So this is 179 into 550. 179 into 550 will be equal to 98450. This will be your answer. In an AP, the first term is 2. The sum of first 5 terms is 1/4 of the next 5 terms. Show that the 20th term is minus 112. So you already know the answer, right? So you just have to apply the basic formula that you have learned. First term is 2 and sum of first 5 terms, that is S5, is 1/4 of the sum of next 5 terms. So what is the sum of next 5 terms? So if I say sum of first 10 terms is S10, right? And sum of first 5 terms is S5. So sum of the next 5 terms, or I can say the sum of the terms from 6th term to 10th term will be S10 minus S5, right? So sum of first 5 terms is 1/4. So S5 is equal to 1/4 of the sum of next 5 terms, that is S10 minus S5. This is what is given. Okay, let us process this information and see how we can solve this question. So if I multiply this 4 here, so it will be 4S5 equals S10 minus S5. So this will give me S10 equal to 5 into S5, right? This is 1 S5, this is 4 S5. So if I add it here, this will become 5 into S5. S10 is equal to 5 into S5. I need to show that the 20th term is minus 112. I only know about the first term, which is 2. So let us see how we can deal with it. What is S10? S10 is 10 by 2, twice of A. I know the first term is 2. So twice of the first term plus 10 minus 1 into D. So the only unknown is D here. And it is equal to 5 into 5 by 2 twice of A plus 5 minus 1 into D. Okay, so this 2 can be cancelled and one of the 5's can be taken care of like this. Alright, so this left hand side will become, this is 4 into 2, 8 plus, this is 9 into 2, 18, and this is 5 into 4, 20 plus, this is 4 into 5, again I have 20 here, so 20D. Now let me take the terms with D on one side, that will give me 2D equal to 8 minus 20. 8 minus 20. So it is equal to minus 12. D is equal to minus 6. Okay. Now that you have got D equal to minus 6, A equal to 2, can you find the 20th term? What will be the 20th term? It will be equal to A plus 19D, right? What is A? A is 2. D is minus 6. So it is equal to 2 minus 19 into 6. This will be 114, right? So it will be equal to minus 112, which is what I need to show, that the 20th term will be equal to minus 112. Okay, so you can say hence proved or leave it here. How many terms of the AP are needed to give a sum of minus 25? So the sum of how many terms will be equal to minus 25? What you need to find is n here. Okay. What is first term? First term is minus 6. What is common difference? Common difference can be obtained by minus 11 by 2 minus of minus 6. So it is equal to minus 11 by 2 plus 6, which is equal to 12 minus 11, that is 1 by 2. This is the common difference. Okay, common difference you have got, first term you have got, and you need to find n here, where you know S of Sn, that is sum of n terms. So let us proceed. Sn equal to n by 2 twice of A plus n minus 1 into D. What is Sn? It is minus 25. What is n? You need to find out, right? How many terms? So twice of A. So twice of minus 6 will be minus 12 plus n minus 1. 1 by n you need to find out, right? So let us leave it like this. D is 1 by 2. So I'll write D here. Okay. Now this will imply minus 25 equals n by 2 into minus 12 will give me minus 6n. And the second term I'll have n by 4 into this n. Why n by 4? Because I have counted this and this. So n by 4 into n will give me n squared by 4 and minus n by 4. Alright. Now let us simplify it, and this will be a quadratic expression in n. So I am multiplying both sides by 4. This will give me minus 100 equals minus 24n plus n squared minus n. And the quadratic I have is n squared minus 25n plus 100 equals 0. Right? So this is the quadratic that I need to solve, and I'll have my answer. This can be easily factorized, 20n and 5n. So n squared minus 20n minus 5n plus 100 equals 0. So I'll have n into n minus 20 minus 5 into n minus 20. I'll have n minus 5 into n minus 20 equals 0. So either n will be equal to 5. Let me change the color because this will become messy now. N equal to 5 or n equal to 20.